Shout out's Perfect Sense. Shout outs News Nebraska. Shout outs John Brown Media. I see you. Georgia activists. The verdict is in, ladies and gentlemen. The verdict is in. Charlie Cruz, Kenny Powers, Providence, Rhode Island. A case of the arrest last year, October 2020. John McCullough, aka the Resistance, was found not guilty for disorderly conduct. In the state of Rhode Island, carries up to a couple months in jail. That's what I was facing after I denied the deal, which was community service. I wasn't taking that. Took it to trial. And if I would have lost, I would have been facing maybe 6 months to a year. Shout out to my public defender, Andrew Francisco. I'm going to be getting into this a little more deeper as soon as time allows, ladies and gentlemen. As y'all do know, I got my daughter back almost a month ago, so I have to prioritize my time. But I am going to make it my business to give y'all all the juice. So put in the comments if y'all want to hear it right away or if y'all want to wait until I get the audio tape of trial. I was thinking maybe when I get the audio tape from the trial, it'll be a better presentation. So y'all let me know. I'll be checking out them comments. But yeah, we knocked that out the ballpark. Definitely been knocked out the ballpark. And I'm very, please don't take my demeanor as if I'm being cavalier about it. I'm very happy. It was tiresome. I'm sorry, it was tiresome. You know, it was a long year, close to a year of this bull crap. I have 3 more to go down. I have 3 more cases to knock down in Boston, Massachusetts. And knocking out my first one, it's like going into the finals, man. You know, knocking out that first game, you feel good. I mean, you gotta come back stronger and just, you know, keep knocking them out. So, yeah, I feel very good about it. Charlie Cruz, Do It Right audio, okay. John Brown Media, teach them to film the cops. Spitting Cobra Cop Watch, shout out to Spitting Cobra Cop Watch. Mike D, a link to the original video. Type in live Providence, Rhode Island arrest. Or you might just have to type in live Providence arrest. So it's either live Providence, Rhode Island arrest or live Providence arrest. Under the Resistance. Bill B, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So it's in the books. It's in the case books. Which is a good thing. You know, the judge drew the deliberation now. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think she was trying to get me a little triggered. But in the end, she had to do what was right. And I will say this, she protected her officers to the T. The only thing she said that was even close to them being in the wrong was that the words that I said made it justifiable for them to arrest me, but it wasn't legal. That was the only thing that she said close to giving them a pat on the back of their hand. Shout out to Bill Beat, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. So, these judges, they protect their police officers. They always will. Okay, because it's a process and a cycle. Police are the ones that lock us up. The judges are the ones that make the decision to throw our asses in jail. And a lot of us gotta just, get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. I mean, that's just what we gotta do, man. It's in the books. If you could read English, you already got a 90% jump on it. And if you ain't committing no crime, you might as well just take it all the way. And that's just real rap. Appreciate everybody out there. I appreciate all my true researchers that's been supporting me from the beginning. I won't forget y'all. I may be engaging less in the comment section, but just know it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I just ain't, rocking out with YT like that. But not to put no focus on that. The deal is that Rhode Island made a new friend, and I told them that almost a year ago. Not guilty. Not guilty. It's a beautiful day. So like I said, I will be coming back because I took notes. I took notes through day 1 and day 2 of trial. Day 1 was in August. Day 2 of trial was last week. Today was deliberation. But I took notes. Not only I took notes, I requested for the audio tape, both days of trial and deliberation. So I got the juice. It's just going to take a minute, but the best news of it all is not guilty. Not guilty, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, first law, the Constitution, free speech. So, there's a little twist to it, The thing is that if this would have happened at a full-on protest while the police were trying to disperse, and this is just some knowledge for you guys, while the police were dispersing, if I were, committing these actions while the police were dispersing at the actual protest, which was maybe about 40 minutes to an hour earlier, I would have committed a crime under Rhode Island law. But because there was a gap in time, I was never at the protest. I came after the dispersal when there was no violence going on, there was no arrest going on. Yeah, that's the difference. Every case is different, and that's the difference in my case. Okay, I wasn't part of the protest at the time when I was committing the actions that I was committing, which was running my mouth and operating under First Amendment, which is protected by the Constitution. That's what held me down safe. But under RI law, if I was doing these things when they were dispersing, I would have been found guilty under RI law. So just a little heads up on those that's headstrong with being auditors or in this area. In certain states is, it's like that. That's how it is. In this particular state, that's how it goes down. So thank God on my part that, I wasn't at the protest doing this, and, it's also very something knowledgeable to have for the future. Shout out Joe Cool. What's going on, Joe Cool? Joe Cool in the chat. Not guilty. Shout outs Barry Adams for wanting to hit the like button 10 times. Yeah, so like I said, Judge Pfeiffer's conclusion was that I poked the bear. And if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, I told them, I said, I dare y'all to arrest me. I said, I'm addressing all of y'all. I said, if y'all arrest me, federal lawsuit on all of y'all. And she said, I poked the bear and I got what I wanted. She said, you got your arrest. And I thought that was kind of a little shameful for a judge to say, to protect their officers so much so that they would say, you got what you wanted. You requested to get arrested. You got what you want. You got what you wanted. And although your words were justifiable, it was not legal, speaking of the arrest. So, that just goes to show you how they protected your officers and how they're not going to how they're not going to break their neck to say that, they're wrong in any degree. So that's the recap, ladies and gentlemen. I came to y'all earlier when I was on my way to the courthouse, let y'all know what was going on. Boom. Shout outs to First. Make sure y'all throw First in the chat. Everybody put First in the chat because this is a good one for the First Amendment. Half the battle was won. Now it's time to take it to you know where. Federal court. Ladies, I got the arresting officer was not present, and I was going to take a picture of him in the hallway, but he didn't come. I'm pretty sure his job was over with once he did all the lies on the stand. So they didn't need him anymore. He doesn't need to be present for the verdict, the liberation. Shout out, Mr. Bloody Wolf guy, Aaron Alder. So glad you didn't take the deal. Me too, Perfect Sense. Well, I wasn't going to take the deal anyway. I ain't taking no deal. I mean, when you know you're not wrong, why would you take a deal? I understand people got different situations and they need to be home. They need to be with their family. Me, I'm a little more headstrong on certain things, and I need to be with my family as well. But certain people just got to stand up, man. I'm one of those people. Yeah, definitely. Kevin DeNogla. He said, caught out in a lie in court. How humiliating for that cop. Very humiliating because first day of trial, he said that I said aim at their heads, field in, Uncle Tom, F the police. He said I said all those things. And then when we played the video during the second day of trial, he had to recant those statements because those words were never said by me. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I know somebody in the chat was like, ugh. It was an accident. I'm fault, y'all. But, yeah. All those things that he said, that I said, I didn't say. And with the exception of aim at their heads, those other things were pretty much safe for me to say and protected under the Constitution. I didn't say aim at their heads because that would never be anything that I would say while I'm cop watching. It's an art to this. It's the way you do things. It's how you say it. In what context. So I want to give a shout out to Andrew Francisco one more time. Y'all guys are going to see him in the future, and it's basically for the locals here in Rhode Island. If you ever get in trouble and you happen to go into Andrew Francisco's caseload, I just want to let you know you got a good one. Shout outs Level Wise to see. Yes, a public defender actually helped a black man in America. Shout outs to Bootleg Justice. Yup. I mean, I stand strong. I'm a firm believer that if you did nothing wrong, okay? See, I'm gonna tell you what won my case, the video. If there was no video, I would be locked up right now. I would be locked up right now. It's video. Video is what helped me. The video is the only thing that, made justice prevail. There was no video, no rat. I would be in jail. There you go. Level wise to see. PD probably only helped because TR had evidence. And I believe that as well. Like, if I didn't have any evidence, it pretty much probably would be out their hands because wouldn't be anything to prove. But their body cam video, when they was in the huddle and hearing me in the background yelling, they could have said anything. They could have said I was 10 feet away. They could have said I was approaching them. They could have lied and said anything, but they were unaware of me having video. Shout out Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi brought a video guy. What's going on, bro? Extremely inappropriate comments by the judge telling an officer that if they arrest you, they'll be the subject of a federal lawsuit than being arrested. Is not asking to be arrested. Aaron Alder. Shout outs to him. Yeah, listen, man. We know they don't really believe in the Constitution. But it's just certain law. They just have to follow. They have to follow the law. Especially when it's blatant and it's right in your face. Like I said, if it wasn't no video, it would have been a different story. Make sure y'all share this. This is a big one. This is a good one for the community, Make sure y'all let people know about this. And like I said, very shortly, I will be bringing the juice on, the star witness, Fabio Tavares, and audio tape of day 1, day 2, and deliberation of this whole trial. Y'all will be getting that. And y'all will be reading my notes that I took on both days of trial. Actually, there really wasn't much to take down on the second day because we watched the video. That was mostly the trial. That took up the time during the second day of trial. But the first day of trial, there was a lot of statements made by the star witness, Flavio Tavares, and I took a lot of notes on that. Thank you, Perfect Sense. Rooster Cogburn said he had a public defender get him off a DUI. He was sleeping in his car with the radio on. Right. And you probably didn't, wow. Sleeping in his car with the radio on and he got him off. Shout out to that PJ. All right, y'all. That was my little celebration right there. Ain't much to be celebrating on because I got more cases on my plate. So that was my quick 20 minutes real quick to celebrate. But I'm off to the next case and focusing on knocking it out the park. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. All y'all in the chat, man. All y'all have been riding with me. Kevin Denogla, Martin Bunning, Perfect Sense, Moderator of the Stars. What's up, Tex Bud? Mr. Bloody Wolf Guy, Bootleg Justice, Lady Zaga, Luke Weymouth UK, Sci-Fi Brother Video Guy, Aaron Alder, Brewster Cogburn, Level Wives to See, K Manis, Florida Audits. I appreciate all y'all. Lady Zaga, Joe Cool, Geo's Truth, Barry Adams, John Brown Media. I'm out of here, y'all. Oregon Road. What's going on? Bill Smith. Bill B. Once again, shout out to Bill B for the donation. Appreciate you. Spitting Cool, the Cap Watch, Mike D. Oh, yo, I'm so Houston. Thanks, bro. Georgia activist. Kenny Powers, Kenny Powers. I see you. I'm out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Not guilty. First.